Hi teacher, today we're going to present you our last video. We will talk about the San result. My group is conformed by Andres Ruge, Angie Leon, and Ricardo Diaz. Okay, we are going to interpret scientists or expert in this topic. Andres will interpret Dr. Andres, Angie will interpret Dr. Angie, Ricardo will interpret Dr. Ricardo, and Esteban will interpret Dr. Esteban. Hi, I'm Dr. Esteban, and I will give you an introduction to natural disasters and especially an earthquake. What is an earthquake? An earthquake is a phenomenon where the floor shakes or moves. When an earthquake occurs, the earth must have released energy accumulated over a long time. Then, one plate begins to move. For example, we have this is a tectonic plate, yes, and it begins to move or on or under the other, causing slow changes in topography. This can have been work of human beings. Important geologists of the last century must have talked about the course of the Earth. I read some books that the scientists wrote and it said, the Earth's course must have made up of a dozen plates approximately 70 kilometers thick. These tectonic plates might have been accommodating for millions of years ago, and these movements could have originated our continents or our geographic reliefs. Okay, talking about another natural disaster, let's go to Colombia. We're going to talk about Armero's tragedy. This is not an earthquake, but it was a natural disaster caused by the eruption of the Nevado del Ruiz volcano on Wednesday, 13 in November in the year 1985, affecting the departments of Caldas and Tolima, Colombia. I read this in Revista Semana, and it said, Ramon Antonio Rodriguez, nicknamed Mocho, warned the population, Armero's population, to evacuate the village, but the governor rejected his recommendation to evacuate the village. And Mocho said Armero was going to disappear under the waters of the dam or by the eruption of Nevado del Ruiz volcano. If I were Ramon, I would have said this recommendation to the village, the population of this village, so that people would have evacuated. Fortunately, Armero has already recovered from this tragedy because it was a tragedy. But this tragic news and death's family and friends will always be remembered by the population of the village of Armero.
Hi everybody, my name is Andres Ruge. I'm a seismologist. I have been finding out together with my investigation group about the San Andreas failure, and we want to share with you the points more relevant about it. I want to explain to you what is it and its impacts. The San Andreas failure is a transforming failure that goes along 1,300 kilometers over California in the United States and Baja California in Mexico. The transforming failure is what Esteban has explained previously. It forms the tectonic limit between American plate and Pacific plate, and his relative displacement is directional right. This failure is the most famous because it could have reproduced the most dangerous earthquake in the earth. This system is composed by several segments and it ends in Gulf of Carolina. Its displacement measured in the central segment is about 25 millimeters each year, and in other locations it might have achieved about 30 millimeters each year. It must have indicated an accumulation of elastic deformation in the zone of the failure. The Baja California is considered to have been formed by the activity of this fault. This process is moving since Los Angeles County toward the San Francisco Bay, bringing them closer, approximately 4.6 centimeters each year. It causes several damage to aqueducts, roads, and ranches. If the plates had moved more than a meter, they would have caused a movement throughout the continent. In the next 50,000 years, Baja California must have been separate of Mexico and United States, becoming an island. In 1965, the San Andreas failure was designated as National Natural Milestone because it reminds us every day the displacement of the earth. The state warned the people not to live near to the central zone of the failure.
Hi, my name is Ricardo Diaz and I talk about the warning system. The system, which was successfully installed years ago in countries such as Japan and Mexico, in California faces a constant lack of public investment in a network of sensors that detect the appearance of the earthquake up to 14 seconds in advance and request an alert to the authorities and the people. Poggy Holding, the famous scientifics, recalled that the California must take the necessary measures for the early earthquake system since there is no investment by the state. The early warning system would be very helpful because trains could be stopped from the outline and car traffic on bridge. Hospital could be alert. It would also help people protect themselves by going under a desk or if there was enough time leaving buildings. There may have places where alerts do not work and others that do. The above depends on the areas and the way of installing the sensors. Now I am talking about a session prepared by a group of scientists concerned about the fate of San Andreas. The Shake Alert is an earthquake early warning system that detects significant earthquakes so quickly that alerts can reach many people before shaking arrives. Shake Alert is not earthquake prediction, rather a tool that indicates an earthquake has begun and shaking is imminent. Testing and refining the alerts of Shake Alert. The next for successful implementation of the earthquake early warning system was to the pilot testing of the shake alerts from the USGA Shake Alert earthquake early warning system were into those people, institutions that people need them the most, such as hospitals, schools, public and transportation operators, and emergency responders. From 2012 to 2016, the Shake Alert system was updated and refined using the feedback of early adopters like by Area Rapid Transit System. Thank you. Bye.
Hi guys. My name is Angeleon. I am an expert in seismology. Today we will talk about the danger that a possible earthquake could mean due to San Andres fault. The greatest concern is at the southern end of the fault. Since the earthquake may have at this moment every 150 years. Currently, 300 years have passed in which this activity has been delayed. They represents an accumulation of energy that could have been less long ago. The accumulation of energy could cause one of the most terrible earthquakes in history. The city of Los Angeles has been preparing for a possible emergency, which I predict will be a major earthquake that may have happened these 30 years. Some of my fellow experts, we have done computer simulations of the consequence of this great event that would have a magnitude of 7.8. Most likely, at least 2,000 people will die and 50,000 will be injured. This is why 1% of buildings in area of 10 million people will collapse, which will have to leave the place where they live. California, one of that series that could be most affected by the earthquake, has been preparing by regulating construction laws. In addition to applications that manage to issue an alarm to people up to 40 seconds before an earthquake of 5 or higher occurs, which also helps the authorities to be alert. Okay, thank you very much for your attention to the people who have seen this documentary about the San Andres fault, and which is also very worrying. Face the emergency. Bye. Thank you.